What's up, neighbors? Welcome to the Big Idea Camp weekly lesson video for the second week of January 2021. Wow, it's getting hard for me to get used to even saying that, but after a week of practice, I can say it's the year 2021. How is your new year going? I hope it's going great. I hope your answer is it's going great. Well, today we are going to continue learning about the new value that we introduced last week. Now, I hope you remember it. Let's look at it together. It is responsibility. And we have defined responsibility as proving that you can be trusted with what's expected of you. Proving that you can be trusted with what's expected of you. That's responsibility. You can do what has been asked. You will complete that task. You will succeed. And over time, you will actually earn more responsibility. Well, today we're going to look at a few things together. One of those is actually, I know I talked a little bit about it last week that we were going to say it this week, but I even got an email this week that said, Jeremy, come on, what's up with the dog? I mean, why is the dog the symbol of responsibility? Well, today, let's talk about that together. I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to read it to you. The German Shepherd. You know much about a German Shepherd? Well, let me read this. In the late 1800s, a German cavalry officer named Max von Stephanitz wanted to breed a great herding dog. You know what herding means? Like there's the cows, and actually a dog will run around it to keep the cows or maybe sheep or whatever their animals together in a pack. And if one of those sheep or cows kind of runs to the side, that dog will run away and push it back into the herd. Keeps them all together. That's a herding animal. So someone wanted to make a great herding dog. And working with other German dog breeders, he developed the ancestors of today's German Shepherd dog. The official name includes the word dog at the end. It is a dog, but the name of the breed it's like Boston Terrier, but only it's German Shepherd dog is the name of the breed. The breed standard description uses words as noble and strong without coarseness. It was made, this dog was developed to be obedient. It was developed to obey commands. So German Shepherd dogs were excellent herders, but their courage and loyalty had made them among the top working dogs in all kinds of areas. Around the world, they stand alongside military members, police officers, and they excel in search and rescue missions and efforts. Have you ever seen the police that has a canine unit? The majority of them are German Shepherd dogs because they're very intelligent and they're very obedient and loyal. They're among the first breeds of dogs used in service work as seeing eye dogs for the visually impaired. Some people that have problems with their eyesight or maybe they're completely blind, they have a service dog that helps them travel wherever they need to go. A lot of those are German Shepherds. And they make excellent service and therapy dogs. 100 years ago, people in the United States were introduced to the breed through movies featuring these canine heroes called Strongheart and Rin Tin Tin. Like, we saw these dogs on the movies and we're like, man, we need some of these. Now German Shepherd dogs star in daily life with countless families. A lot of families use these dogs for a lot of reasons. More than just pets. They can be service animals or even just a close companion. They've been among the most popular breeds as pets for decades. In 2016 in Florida, listen to this, a 2-year-old German Shepherd dog protected a 7-year-old girl when an eastern diamondback rattlesnake threatened them in their small house, had the name of the dog, had been adopted from a rescue like a pound only 2 months before. So he's only with that family for 2 months. And he chose to protect the owner, the daughter, about this. So he'd been adopted from rescue 2 months before. He was bitten 3 times, and he kept the snake away from the girl. No one was sure if he would survive. And after days of intensive veterinary care and lots of love, he was able to go back home and resume his caretaking role. Talk about responsibility. I mean, that dog, he stepped in the way of danger to protect his owner. Wow, responsibility, proving that you can be trusted with what's expected of you. I mean, that is great. And so today, I promised you last week we would get to this. Today I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. I know it's been over a week. Did you make any? Did you keep them? Did you break them already? That's a lot. I mean, some of us, we're in the process. We've always made resolutions, but we always broke resolutions. And so today I wanted to talk about, I Googled this and found this website, Statista, Statista. It's like statistics, statista.com. And I researched the top 10 New Year's resolutions for 2021. Now, as a child, as a student, you may have different resolutions. And resolutions can be goals, right? They are targets that you want to achieve. Adults make them, students make them, and maybe you made something like, I want to get A's and B's for the rest of the school year. I want to make sure that I never get anything below a B. That's a great goal. That is a great resolution. And how are you going to achieve that? That's the question. That's when the responsibility kicks in. That's when our value kicks in. If you want to get A's and B's for the rest of the school year, you may have to study. You may have to spend a lot more time looking at your books, looking at those projects online that you are responsible for. For example, for adults, the number one resolution, according to Statista.com for 2021, exercise more. That's the goal. That's the resolution. Well, how do you do it? I can tell you one thing. You're not going to get more exercise in by reading books about push-ups. You've actually got to do the push-ups. The number 2 resolution was eat healthier. That makes sense. People want to eat healthier. Well, how do you eat healthier? You don't do it by going through the Wendy's and getting the double cheeseburger every day. That's not being responsible to your goal. Number 3, spend more time with family and friends. That's a good goal this year. I feel like we've been isolated for COVID, and so I think that's a good goal for all of us, adults and students alike. Number 4, lose weight. This is interesting. Exercise more, eat healthy, lose weight were 3 of the top 4. So that's a lot of self-health. Live more economically was number 5. That means that you don't want to spend. You want to make more than you spend. You want to make wise purchasing decisions. Spend less time on social media. It's a great stinking goal for the year. Improve performance at work, reduce stress at work, quit smoking, and cut down on alcohol. Those were the top 10 for adults for 2021, according to Statista.com. But have you made resolutions? If you haven't, I want to read to you a list that I wrote down. I looked at this Parade.com article and loved some of the things that they did, and I wrote some of my own. When I looked up, and 3 of the top 4 were about personal fitness or losing weight, exercising. The number 1 thing I wrote down is focus on a passion, not the way you look. Be happy with the way you look. You're great. You're beautiful just the way you are. Focus on your passions. Number 2, work out to feel good, not to be thinner. Work out to feel good. This whole thing about being healthy is actually healthy on the inside. Now, the outside may be a result. You may drop a few inches from your waist. You may get bigger muscles. You may get stronger. You may be able to run faster, make better time on whatever. But work out to feel good. You're worth it. You deserve to feel good. Don't do it just for how you look. When you do things for how you look, you're doing that for others. You want others to say, oh, he looks good. Don't do it for that. Do it to feel good. Number 3, I wrote this down. Stop gossiping. If you're going to promote something, let it be positive. Stop gossiping. Number 4, give 1 compliment each day. Find somebody in your world and compliment them on something every day. Number 5, this was a big one for me. This was one of my goals. Talk to yourself with kindness. Talk to yourself with kindness. Don't only be your biggest critic. You're going to mess up. I mess up. And when you mess up, forgive yourself. Talk to yourself with kindness. Call a friend instead of texting. Texting's easy. It's simple. You just take your thumbs and you do it. but they can't hear your voice. And sometimes your voice is needed. So call a friend. I know a lot of people, we don't like talking on the phone. We're like, oh, just text it to me. No. Call a friend. Hear each other's voices. It's important. Let go of grudges. This world's hard enough. Let go of the things that have hurt you. Forgive, move on. Let go of it. You'll feel a lot better. Here's one of my favorite things. Send handwritten letters. I love this. I like to write notes. I like to send them to people. I love sending thank you letters. I love sending encouragement letters. Say, hey, I saw that you did this, and I just want to let you know I'm so proud of you. I love doing that, and I think it means a lot to others. I love getting handwritten letters. Be kind on social media, adults. Be kind on social media. Spread positivity. Be kind. Let those be the words that echo. Write down one thing you're thankful for each day. This is my thing. At the end of the day, write one thing you're thankful for. Let that be your focus as you go to bed. Write one thing you're thankful for every day. So those are important things. Those are the top 10 that I want to pass on to you. Hey, let's get to this week's worksheet. This week's worksheet. Responsibility, showing that you can be trusted with what's expected of you. Now remember, if we make goals, we need to be responsible for those. So let's set some resolutions, but let's work towards them, right? So January, this is week 2. Describe responsibility. It's right there in the top middle. Describe responsibility. How would you describe it? If you were telling your 3-year-old brother or sister, how would you define responsibility to them? Place your arms straight out from your side. Roll them in small circles front and back. That's an exercise, right? Now, talk about responsibility. What does it mean? That's a good way of doing it. Describe what responsibility is to the next person you see. Next time you get in a conversation with a family member, mom or dad, mama, papa, aunt, uncle, whoever, cousin, brother, sister, ask them what they think of responsibility. Maybe their definition will help you understand your definition better. I like this one here. Draw anything you think of to remind yourself, I am in charge of myself. You are in charge of your actions. You can control it no matter if you're happy or you're sad. Your actions, you are in charge of it. And then how do you feel today? Look at that chart. I want to know. This is a good thing. We do it every week. You know how important this is to me. How do you feel today? Circle it, draw on it, whatever you choose to do. But let's just be honest, and I want you to know there's never a wrong answer. If you are scared, if you're annoyed, if you're frustrated, if you're angry, guess what? That's not wrong. It's okay. It's normal. I think it's good to know, to be able to say, you know what? I'm feeling kind of mad today. I had this assignment. It didn't go well. Dadgummit, it makes me frustrated. That's okay. But do me a favor. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. It's okay to be angry. Let's move forward. All right? Is that cool? Guys, we're having a good week this week, and I'm going to make sure that we keep it a short week. So I just want to tell you a couple more things. I want you to know that on Monday, we're going to go back to our homework helpers. If I know that a lot of us are still in virtual learning, we're still in that non-traditional learning. So if you have any assignments that's giving you a hard time, do me a favor. Take a picture of it, email it to us. Type it out. We will help you every way we can. I'll help you go through it. We got some of our volunteers that will walk you through it. I've had some like Geometry 2 math stuff that I was clueless about, so I'd ask for help. And some other people, some other students actually, and some teachers helped through that process. So that's going on. Hey, this week we have a new edition of the Not Alone Project with Dalton Hell coming out, so make sure you watch that. It's about mental health, how we can do some things that keep us. I know it's been hard. We haven't seen our friends. We haven't been socializing as much as we used to. So we're going to talk about some exercises that we can start, kind of like New Year's resolutions, some things that we can do that helps our head and our hearts be healthy. It's kind of like living exercise, not just lifting weights or running for your health, but your mental health. Some things that can help us think healthy, help us think of ourselves in a healthy way. That is so important. So make sure you check out the Not Alone Project this week. All right, let's wrap it up. Guys, you know you can always get a hold of us through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the Big Idea Camp. We're there every way we can be. So if you've made resolutions this week, I want you to message us. Get it out there on Facebook or Instagram. Let us know. What's your resolution? How are you focusing on? I think responsibility is a good one. Be responsible with what's been asked of you, and I promise your responsibility will grow. People will trust you with more, and you will change this world. Good stuff, huh? Guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week. And until then, I want you to know there's only one of you in this whole world. There's only one person just like you, and it is you. And I like you just the way you are. You don't have to do anything crazy to make me like you more. It's impossible. I could not possibly love you more than I do now. Why? Because I love you just the way you are. So stay that way. Be you. Be the best you can possibly be. Let's grow. Let's grow together. I'll see you next week, guys. Have a great one.